Well, guys, it's here. It's release day, and a funny bit of news came about actually about 12 hours ago or so. EA are milking us dry, okay? And I pause, by the way, but I say that because we learned something today that is hilarious, and that is that you can actually get the game a little bit earlier for some of you out there. If you're on PS5, you can fly to New Zealand for a price, and we'll talk about that. EA made a price on that today. As we know, PS5 users in the past have not been able to. You can now, and we'll talk about that. We got the web app obviously came out today. The bronze pack method was working, at least on the PC market, was working real well today. We had a lot of sales here. I have a lot of bronzes still to sell as well. Probably got like, 6, 7, 8, 9K worth of bronzes here. We have our very first look at market prices, and there's some interesting things as well in there so far. And also, of course, today kickstarts the streaming. We are going to be live right when the game drops. It's 7 a.m. Central Time, like 1 or 2 UK time. It's New Zealand midnight. Okay, we're going to be live. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the top of the description. They're the safest and the cheapest option, and you can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. And thank you guys all for joining, of course, and being here. Is there any big pack pull you guys got already on the web app? If you pack anything like half decent, let me know in the comments. If you were on some web app grinding today. But I also wanted to say, I think what I'm gonna do for my squads this year, which by the way, I packed Lucas Bergvall in for him, so him and Moise Kane were my best pack pulls, even though Kane's literally, what's it, like 1,000 coins or so? Like, yeah, he's like 1,000 coins on PC. We'll take it in for him on the web app, but I think what I'm gonna do here is have a Juventus player in my team all year. As you guys know, I'm a Juve fan. I think I'm gonna challenge myself all year. I need at least like one Juve player in my team at all times. And I'm not talking past and present, I'm talking current Juve players. So I think I'm gonna like have a little bit of a challenge this year doing that. The question is gonna be, who do I Evo first? Probably like Yildiz is my guess, but anyway, there's some really interesting things in here. I was just checking out to see if there were any icons on the PC market, and there still has not been any. I saw one earlier today, and it was Henrik Larsson, so it wasn't anybody too great, but I was trying to see like some of these guys here. Tim Howard's on the market for 480k. What a bargain for Tim Howard there. But I was trying to check the market out, and the first thing I noticed is that there were actually some good deals here. I think Ekatike was like 8,000 or 7,000. Yeah, 8,000 buy now on PC, which I'm assuming it means probably like 7,000 on the console market. I know his card's not like ridiculous, but there are some decent deals in here that you can buy that the web app, like, these are web app prices right now, right? Was it Anthony Gordon I saw was like 1,500 or something like that? Like, that is pretty ridiculous for this time. Even web app prices, 2,500 there, 2,400. Yeah, that's pretty low. So if you guys don't know, web app prices is about what they usually are. There's just no one has any coins right now, so cards aren't expensive at all. So if you have enough to go and buy one of these like sweatier cards, they should rise up over the next 24 hours when the game actually comes out. A little investment tip there. But also, guys, don't forget your first starter team. I know this is a rule I've shoved down your throats before. My goodness, if that doesn't warrant a pause, do not build this team, okay? Xavi Simons, no, he looks great. He looks fantastic. Do not put these Prem cards in your starting 11. Why is there an Ebglis ad on my screen right now? What in the world happened to my ad block? Yeah, just the Prem guys, please stay away, okay? You guys know that already. Just want to remind you once again. But yeah, there are some interesting things with the market right now. If you guys did pack somebody crazy in like your preview pack or something like that, I tweeted out, or sorry, I posted somebody got Ginola in there. It'd be pretty insane if you got Ginola, or I saw somebody get R9. If you get R9 in there and you don't get 7,500 coins to actually open the pack with, that would be a disaster. But yeah, anyway, let's go look at the funny bit from EA today. Okay, so guys, honestly, you gotta respect this one, all right? I don't know what else to say. You just gotta respect it. EA tweets this out today. We've corrected a timing error in our launch pitch notes about when the FC26 early access for the Ultimate Edition starts. And they link this article right here. The time has changed. And well, actually, here's just the full screenshot right here. So EA's updated the release date for some of you guys, and I would probably say most of you, because most of you guys are on PS5, I would say. It used to be the case where, as we talked about before on the channel, you can't fly to New Zealand on PS5. It doesn't work. You have to wait until, I think it was, what, 5 a.m. UK time, I want to say, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Central, where you could actually play the game on September 19th or 18th, depending on wherever you were. That is now updated, but only if you go and buy EA Play. If you have EA Play, actually, which is I think it's what, $5, €5, whatever, £5, you can actually play New Zealand time. So if you go out and spend $5, you're going to get yourself, I want to say it's like 11 hours early access, 12 hours early access, something like that. So all platforms now, if you have EA Play, or obviously if you're on PC, this isn't going to matter. You have EA Play Pro as is probably, but if you have the EA Play trial or EA Play, you are going to get the game like 11 hours away now on all platforms. So EA are going to probably make a great amount of money off of literally just selling a tiny bit more early access now, which is absolutely hilarious. Or you could not spend the $5 and just wait 11 hours to play the game. But if you want to spend the $5 and you get to play the game for 11 hours earlier, then you can go for it. But I saw his tweet too. I'm like, man, I can't even imagine just how many people are going to be buying EA Play to basically play the game like half a day early. They're going to make a lot of money off of just this simple decision that somebody at the company made. Probably wasn't one person, but this decision's a great idea. Well, actually, it's kind of a ripoff because there's now like 2 different early accesses, kind of like one's like $5 extra and then one's like what you bought already. So there is probably some weird things going on with that. But yeah, they're going to be swimming in that dough. The hype for this game is actually probably the biggest I've seen since like the earlier 20s, probably the earlier 20s for FIFA. The viewership was crazy on Twitch all day. There's just like definitely a hype we have not seen in quite a few years now for this game. And also there was more draft reward screenshots, a couple more going around. This was a win from this is Stokes, right? He posted this. So after a win, he gets a rare mega pack, gold players pack, and jumbo gold pack. Those are quite a bit better. They're not like over the top broken packs, but they're definitely better. Like a rare mega pack is pretty, that gives you a lot of coins back, just that by itself. You also got a jumbo gold pack, good consumables in there, and the gold players pack as well. So these do look to be improved so far. So maybe you want to change your strategy up if you think you're a good enough player to get higher up in these drafts still. It's still better to just wait for season passes and evos, 1,000,000%. But if you want to go out there and have some fun with it, you can do this. And also there were a couple like notable team of the week snubs that were randomly not in team of the week, which by the way, the leaker we saw yesterday with 100 followers was clearly tweeting the bullshit because he had Zubamendi in the team of the week. So that didn't work out. But there's one more guy, and I don't remember what league. He scored like 3 or 4 goals and he wasn't in team of the week. People are maybe guessing that the first Cornerstones player is a Zubamendi. Definitely could be. But also, wait, isn't there no promo this weekend? I thought Cornerstones was next weekend, so it wouldn't matter then if Zubamendi was in Team of the Week. Or am I wrong? Is it this Friday? I don't remember. I talk about this stuff every day and I don't remember. Probably not a good thing, but I thought it was next Friday. And next up here, there were some center mids who had some alternate position fixes. So there were some that were randomly like Odegaard here, center mid and CDM, right? And people were saying that doesn't really make sense. When has he ever played CDM? And he doesn't have Cam, even though has he really played Cam that much for Arsenal either? But Cam still makes more sense. There are more cards here that they actually changed these. So go check the database out again. If you had some like pre-planned cards, yeah, here's more right here. So Bonmati has hers now as Cam. I think she had DM before. So that's changed as well. You've got Pedri here, who's now CM, CDM, and Cam. So they added Cam on for Pedri, and then Mariona, they added Cam on for her as well. There are some updates here. Some of them lost and some of them gained some, but interesting to see them changing these right now. And also, guys, hey, if we're back to a little bit of the previous years of the market stuff, maybe Team of the Week ones might be back to like insane investments. If you guys weren't here in the previous years, I'd say like FIFA 15 to FIFA 23, probably maybe 22. Well, Team of the Week 1 was a guaranteed great investment. You made coins every single time without fail. Could we be back to that? Maybe. So maybe I'd look at buying just like 1 or 2 for your club. It's a risk-free investment as is. Obviously, this comes when you get 20K to put into cards, but I'd go out and buy Thomas Muller, 10,500 for an 83 rated Team of the Week card. Yeah, why not? We'll buy Millard maybe if she's 11K when the game comes out. I would definitely look at those. Now, let's talk about right away when you guys get the game today. You guys maybe want to go out and buy some cards. Like, first of all, you guys know what I've said for a long time are the best cards to buy, right? The cards nobody else wants. Those are the ones that we want. But if you do have, say you pack something good, you have 100,000 coins, like what are the day one decisions you should make here on buying and selling? Usually the first about 3 days will be the highest days of the cards that are like those 85s and belows, maybe the 84s and belows, something like that. Your Ekatikes, right? These types of cards here, they're really sweaty cards that are in demand. These are the kinds of cards you want to sell because the market trend will be like 4 days usually of them being up high, and just every single day that goes on, once people graduate to just one more tier up of card, which might take longer this year because of the power curve changes, so maybe they stay longer. Once there's a graduation past a certain level of card, maybe it'll take a week or a week and a half this year, but they go down so quickly. So obviously we talked about staying away from these guys, but if you pack Ekatike onto these first few days, these lower rated cards that are golds, you want to sell them if they're valuable at all. You just want to get your coins, and yes, this year's market might stay up for longer, but you just take these coins and run when you can get an 81 rated, like say where's Doku in here? Is Doku up this high? high on popular, or Marmouche, right? Marmouche is 50k right now. Say you pack Omar Marmouche, like you want to sell pretty much when you pack him. If you happen to get lucky and pack something like Mbappe or something like that, then that's a different story, but you're probably not going to. Basically with those, you want to hold on for a little bit longer. An inform Holland you pack, right? Something ridiculous. You want to hold on a little bit longer for those guys, but for almost all the gold cards here, you want to just sell them. And obviously that goes hand in hand with what cards you want to buy right now. Like the market trend is going to be these first couple days for these starter teams are going to be very expensive. And after, well, the past couple years has been 3 days, like we talked about. After about a week or so, it's guaranteed big time loss. So what I do personally, I stay as liquid as I can. For the first like 2 weeks of the game, I pretty much just use untradeable teams, buy some cards who are 2,000 coins, you know, like that they're going to be decent. I stay almost as liquid as I possibly can for the first like 2 weeks and just save up all those coins. You can obviously invest in some stuff too if you want to, like Team of the Weeks or other investments we talk about, evolutions and stuff maybe, but that's a different story too. For just team related stuff, I'm staying liquid. Now we can talk about Evo investments here because there's going to be some good ones at some point. Now the problem is, of course, predicting what Evos are going to come out is like impossible. So you kind of got to like take your chances on some cards you think are meta enough to be Evo'd a lot that are lower rated. So for me, I saw Loftus-Cheek, right? This Loftus-Cheek card is going to be so popular in that first center mid Evo. At the same time, you need kind of a certain amount of base coins to invest in Evos because it's such a broad spectrum that could come out. So you kind of got to invest like 30, 40k into evolution stuff because you just never know what they could drop. It might take 3 weeks for a Loftus-Cheek to fit into an Evo. Hopefully not, but you just never know what could happen. But these are the ones that are like the most hard to find because obviously they're hard to predict. But the upside is ridiculous. Like Loftus-Cheek, if he's like a godlike Evo player, he'll go to 8,000 coins and you bought him at 2,000 or 1,500. So the profit potential is massive here. It's just hard to know what's going to come out and leaks and stuff, but we won't even know because it'll be leaked in Discords first. It'll be up already in price. So those are kind of your first like day or two investments where you want to get your club together. Yeah, you guys can ask questions on stream and stuff too today if you guys are interested in that. Okay, let's read some of your comments. Now we got James Sonder. The reason coin rewards have been reduced is to make it harder to use coins for the premium season pass / Evos and needing to buy FC points then because the coins aren't going to be there as much as maybe they were in the previous years. And I think this is the thing that is, it's such a delicate balance right now because I think things moving too fast, it does make sense to lower coin totals. Like that just makes sense. That it's kind of almost like what has to be done to a certain extent. But then if all these prices for things stay the same, if they're 100k Evos all the time and there's 500k season passes, well, that now turns into actually it being more expensive than it was in the last year's game. So this is where the balancing has to come in. EA have to get this right because I think we can all agree, yeah, sure, coins being less, we don't hate that in theory, but if they keep certain things the same, then it's going to be even worse actually to have our coins be lessened. So this is why I'm so curious to see what this game looks like in like a month's time. Like how far along are we and what do certain things look like? And next up we got Cosmic Gecko. If I remember correctly, on one of the streams EA devs were involved in, they said the animations would look a bit weird sometimes. It's because they had to make the responsiveness better. Either we have slightly dodgy looking gameplay and good better response time, or we return to the delayed animation fest. It's a pick your poison kind of situation. Yeah, EA, now that you say that, they did literally say, I think it was the Rivera, Sam Rivera, I believe is his name. He said like there's going to be times when things look a little strange because we want to be able to respond to your inputs way quicker than we did in previous years. So I'm fine with that personally, especially if now the career mode guys who want the authentic gameplay can go play that and those types of things aren't there. Like it's a best of both worlds. It's why they needed to split the gameplay up and it's about time they did. But yeah, I was seeing gameplay again today and it does look a lot faster. So I don't know if the responsiveness is better, right? Because faster is different than responsive. So we'll see how that, like the balance between those two things are, but it does look faster from the outside looking in, at least like watching people play the game. And we got Acedia here where he says, meh, it's pretty obvious for a while the creators get special treatment. This was just the most blatant example. In the grand scheme of things, buying a bunch of Pedries does not really matter to the overall game. The bigger issue is the shameless shilling of FC points, which you should always trust content creators who do that with a grain of salt. Yeah, I totally agree. The one person cannot affect the market like that. Even if it was 25 people, they're not going to affect the market like that. It's more so the principle of it, which do you even care about that either? Probably not really, but yeah, it was pretty funny. Like we did have the demonization of FC points for a little bit, And that probably got us this game because FC24 was the time when people started doing it, right? That was when people started the demonization of FC points. Then FC25 happens. They have their terrible November. Not to say it's because of the creators who said don't spend money, but it's a bigger theme at play where it's like their money wasn't being made, and now we have this because of that. This game that everyone is the most excited for in years is because they didn't make enough money last year. So however much the demonization of FC points had to do with that, you can decide, but that is still the end goal that got us this. So it is pretty funny just seeing like we're back to FC points again because everything's dandy. Well, in 2 years, we might just be back to the fucking shit again because we're back to FC points again. So that's it for me. We'll be live right when the game comes out today. Can't wait for everything. Peace.